time for jam sessions with Tina. She's got leadership, insights, and more. Come on in. Leave the titles at the door.
When Dr. Tanya E.E.E. Schmid and I recorded our podcast, I think I could have sat and spoke with her for hours. She is just a wealth of wisdom and love and kindness, and I love her spirit. I can't wait to one day sit down in person with her in Switzerland and have an opportunity to see what life is like where she is. We just scratched the surface of Tanya's story. I am blown away at the resilient woman that she is, the choices that she has made in her life. I hope that after you listen to episode 7, The Leadership of an Intentional Life, with Dr. Tanya E.E.E. Schmid, which we are getting ready to find out what's behind the triple E. I hope that once you listen to it, that you reflect on how does it impact you within the community where you live and who you are as a citizen of the world. So let's take a listen and find out what exactly does the E.E.E. stand for.
Oh, it's related to my many lives. Tanya E.E.E. Schmid. I grew up in Wisconsin, so my high school friends know me as Tanya E.E.E. In Boulder, Colorado at the university. After I graduated from high school, I went to Switzerland for an exchange year as an AFS student, and I fell in love with a gorgeous Swiss mountain climber in my class. So we got married at age 21, rather young, so I was Tanya E.E.P. when I was at Boulder. I was Tanya E.E.P., Dr. E.E.P. eventually when I was studying Chinese medicine in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and had my studio, my martial arts studio there. They all knew me under E.E.P. And then when my first husband passed away suddenly and I moved back to Switzerland, I opened a practice as Dr. E.E.P. and then remarried a few years later and became Tanya Schmid. So people were just like, who are you? And so if I'm Tanya Elizabeth Agnes E.P. Schmid, people know. So I just put all the names in there just so that people, if they're looking for me, they'll find me.
My key takeaway for this week's episode is to challenge you to think about the leadership that you have within your home and your community and how you show up as a citizen. It's easy to think of big, grandiose ideas of leadership, but there's the leadership of example. There's the leadership of how you treat one another, how you treat your coworkers, your neighbors, your community, how you talk about them. As I reflected on who Tanya is and her heart, her kindness, her willingness to show up for people she will never even meet, it actually made me think about my mom. She's one of those people that would do anything for anyone if it was within her power to do so. She has attended countless fundraisers, organized them, sponsored tables, purchased items for them, picked up donated items, cooked, baked. The list goes on and on. That's how she's able to show leadership within her community. Who do you know that are people like Tanya or my mom, where they hear of a need and they stand up? They give a voice to people that otherwise may not have one. They step into the gap. They find the resources. Look at the leadership that that person is showing to you. How did Tanya inspire you? I want to encourage you to think of just one thing that you can do to show leadership as a citizen. Now, here's where it really hit me this week. What's the leadership that I'm showing in my community? I've lived in my house for over a year and a half. I don't even know my neighbors' names. I speak and I wave and I'm kind. My challenge to myself is I'm going to write a card, and find a little gift. And I'm going to go knock on the door of the lady that lives behind me. We will wave to one another from our decks and yell and hello. But I want to do more. I want to get to know her. And hopefully she wants to get to know me. Either way, I want her to know I'm your neighbor. Whether it's within your community or for an organization, find something that you can do to give back as a citizen of the world. We would love to hear how this episode impacted you. Go to jamsessionswithtinaeliana.com, click on After the Jam, and share your feedback.
Are you ready? It's time for this week's jam.
Would it surprise you that it took me hours to choose this week's jam? I mean, think about it. Tanya's story is so fascinating and so layered that I would find a song that was, ooh, yeah, that works, but not for this. And I don't want just one little thing represented in the song. And I finally landed on what I think is the perfect song. This week's jam is I Am Woman by Helen Reddy. Head over to jamsessionswithtinaeliana.com and click on this week's jam. You can also go over to the Jam Sessions Jukebox to listen to this week's jam, along with all of the other playlists inspired by our guests. Thank you for tuning in to Jam Sessions with Tina Eliana. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share this episode. Until next time, I'm Tina Eliana.
Come on in. Leave the titles at the door.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Jam Sessions with Tina Eliana. Please subscribe to our channel, download this episode, and share it with someone. You can also listen to the Jam Sessions Jukebox at jamsessionswithtinaeliana.com. Take care, and until next time, I'm Tina Eliana.